16. What a fucking joke.
George said he did peyote in Arizona and started petting the head elk.
Greatest story ever.
Nothing more exciting than that graphic when you see your team in the hunt and they're like 3-7.
Fucking Costco. I don't know how there hasn't been like murders at Costco. God, I'm gonna blow up my Achilles.
That'd be hilarious to see you just pull up lame. Welcome back, softies, for episode 5. We hope you enjoyed our special guest, David, last week. We hope to have him back again soon. This is Frankie Fatnuts, and
This is Jason.
yep.
I can't believe that Gianna is that into being on the podcast.
She wants a YouTube channel too. She's like begging me, and
Well, that might.
I see all those people get rich off it, but then I feel like how many creepers are on there watching it? But
Yeah, for
but
sure.
if it makes money,
Daddy's got bills to pay.
and the houses they live in on those are just
yeah.
mansions. It's crazy. Mia just told me she hasn't listened to episode 4 yet.
Yeah. She's behind the times, evidently.
We rely on her to keep our numbers in the teens. You think deep down Anthony likes it?
I think he does.
Deep down.
I think
we can't quite get the compliment, but
the fact that he continues to listen to it is enough.
yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, I'm fairly certain that Jeff has given up on it.
Yeah, Jeff, at least give us the download. You don't have to listen.
I mean, especially the last episode, we talked quite a bit about his
maybe don't listen to that one, but just download it.
Last week with Dave was a good time.
He had a blast.
There was just a lot. I mean, there was so much good stuff.
Can you give a shout out to his basketball league because you cut it out last time? The Midwest Elite Ballers, I believe.
Oh, did he say the name?
Something like that.
Man, a couple notes for future podcasts, and like we'll have to tell him to like a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I noticed.
He had his swishy pants. He can't wear swish pants anymore. Studio does not allow swish pants anymore.
Just pantless.
Also, if we're gonna use a restroom, we gotta close the door.
Did you hear a pee stream?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I sit down, so it wasn't me. Did you watch The Killer?
I haven't watched it yet. I have to decide if it's a movie that Mia wants to watch.
Does she like... I don't think it's a real girl movie.
Yeah, but she likes some of that
likes
stuff
that.
sometimes.
I thought it was a little slow, but definitely worth watching. But a little
was good.
slow. I mean, good acting and... Oh, crap, he's out.
Oh, did the Ravens... Did I miss something? Did they score?
Yeah, they scored again.
Right at the end?
What's his name?
Flowers?
No, the other one.
Was it a touchdown pass?
Bateman. Yeah.
Oh, you're having a rough go of this. Are you playing Dave this week?
Yeah, it's just the worst possible. Why is he even on the sideline? I hate Joe Burrow now. He's every year there's one I hate. It just ruins me.
Oh.
Wonder what it was though. I kind of want to see.
I am surprised at the trade you did with your dad. I was surprised to see you get rid of C.J. Stroud. I mean, I understand it. Mm-hmm. You have to give up like an asset to gain some stuff that you can use.
Well, I was thinking Burrow.
You can't start two quarterbacks.
Yeah, Burrow was starting to click, and
yeah, no, I got it.
I didn't like it for this week because of the matchup, but I thought if he could just. I mean, he was started okay. He had 9 points.
Oh no,
and then he got hurt.
He looked good.
Yeah. So I mean, he probably would have been matching Lamar at least.
Yeah.
It's too bad. But yeah, I was looking at the schedule. Maybe I can lose one more and then win out. But it's gonna be. We'll see. Because I'm loaded. Now besides quarterback, I guess. But
hate to see it.
Oh God, you love to see it.
I see that ESPN got my letters and phone calls, and they fixed the X. So now that the X is by my name, because I'm the only one who has secured a playoff spot.
Was it really a mistake?
It must have been. I already did the math, so I knew that I was a shoo-in.
I saw that immediately, and I'm like, that really doesn't make sense. But
yeah. No, I did the math. I put an Excel spreadsheet together to look at the various options on where this could end.
Let's see.
Now Andrews looks like he's out with a high ankle sprain. So he's
Andrews, that looked way worse. I thought he was because Lamar threw his helmet like it was snapped or something.
Yeah.
When he looked at him.
Well, they haven't said if the X-rays were negative or not. So he could have a broken bone or something. He may be out for the season. You don't know. If it's just a run-of-the-mill high ankle sprain, he's probably out until. Might get him back in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know.
This guy looks like a Wish version of Joe Burrow. I thought it was him for a minute. I got excited. He's even number 6. Isn't Burrow 9?
His name is John Tamu.
He's actually thrown a couple nice balls.
He's the future of this franchise.
Well, as commissioner,
comeback.
I get all-time QB numbers.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? Mm-hmm. That's how DraftKings should do my bet.
Oh, such horse shit. Oh, shoot. Get rid of it, dude. I mean, he seriously does look okay.
Should have been a flag. Mm-hmm. Well, he's got a lot of weapons. It's not like he's coming into play for, Carolina or something.
No.
He's got a really good running back, a good offensive line.
What's his name? Higgins.
Good receivers.
I think Chase has been kind of a bust. I mean, he's had a couple monster games, but other than that...
For what you expect out of him.
Wasn't he the number 2 or 3 in most drafts, I think?
Yeah, I think he was a consensus top 3.
Because in my gut, I kind of liked Tyreek Hill, but every list had Chase ahead of him pretty much.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. Tyreek Hill is just the guy
flag. No.
Every time I watch him play, I just don't understand how he's that good. I kind of get that he's freaky fast, but he just looks like he's not super tall. He's not he just always is wide fucking open.
He's that fast, I think.
It's crazy.
And
he must come in and out of breaks.
And all these guys are fast. It's just crazy how much more he is. Look at this. Ugh.
Poor Joe Burrow.
They should bring him on for a goal line sneak at least.
The man has a busted up wrist. Bring him on for a tush push.
Well, I was so excited for this game. Now there's nothing to just cheer for Lamar to get hurt. You had Andrews, didn't you?
Yes, I did. At least he got 4 points before he went out. He's gonna have a big night too.
Yeah, they used him a lot in that opener.
Yeah, that sucks losing him. He was probably my most consistent, just little piece.
Yeah, I had him last year. He's always good for double digits at least.
I mean, he was a constant 12 points, and then occasionally he'd just get a 20 point in there.
No, that's a big loss.
Oh well.
Let's see here.
I've already got a playoff spot. What do I care?
I'm go hunting for a quarterback.
I got one on my roster.
Just one?
I got 2.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I have Murray and I have Fields. You want to see how Fields does this weekend and see how
yes,
have a
I
chat?
do.
When's the trade deadline?
I believe it's got to be next, Thanksgiving, I believe, is normally. So we got to get it in.
Okay.
That's what she said. But
well, we can chat. We can see how both of them do this weekend and see. Have you seen the QB situation in the Old Man League?
Yeah.
There's only 2 quarterbacks available that are projected scoring points. That means that there's only 2 starting quarterbacks available. It's a 12-man league, and 30 quarterbacks are on people's rosters. 30 plus.
Last week I had Hurts and Tua on a bye, and I picked up Aiden O'Connell and Tyson Bagent. So you can guess I lost, but...
I have one quarterback on my roster. Also, I've given up on that league, and I'm just trying not to get last because I don't want that fucking jacket. But
Yeah, I don't think I'll get last, but I'm not going to.
I have had a terrible team, and I've had running backs get hurt, and so I have no running backs of any value, and I win, and so I don't have any waiver priority. So I'm left losing out on all of the running backs you'd want to pick up, and here I am, like, how many weeks are we into this? Is this week?
It's 11, right?
Yeah, week 11. So I'm 5-5, and my team is fucking shit.
That's kind of what mine was last year when I made the title game. It's like best ball's weird. Like,
it is. I don't know how to play it.
I did offer a trade. They never respond to trades.
Yeah, they don't. And I don't know if it's because of how Sleeper works. Like, I don't know if they don't have the alerts or if it doesn't show up. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that I offer really bad trades, I guess. What was the trade that Anthony offered the other night?
Hold on, I gotta look.
So we've had on a couple different occasions this season, we have gotten into like offering each other trades, and it devolves into just us texting each other because it doesn't do any good to go back and forth on ESPN. And I know that everybody thinks very highly of their players, but Anthony is a little over the top. He's offered. We've had these trades, and like some of them I thought were relatively fair that I offered, considering that I wasn't the one in need of the trade.
Yeah.
And he's not a fan of the trades I offered, and like some of the stuff that he offered, like my God, it was just like
He offered me Deontay Foreman, and he's been pimping Drake London out, and yeah, so those two for Kyron Williams and Pickens. And Kyron, he's gonna like the lead guy coming back next week. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know that
London. Foreman is going to be. I don't know how much he'll be used in Chicago. I would
think they'd give it to Herbert if he's playing. But.
Yeah. Although he did kind of show out on a one game, but he hasn't done a whole lot since.
I am glad I traded Najee instead of Jalen Warren.
Well, didn't they name Warren the starter? Yeah. I'm like.
Well, that was like but I think it's more of like they're still gonna split pretty. But I just think he's a better player.
That trade with your dad, I wasn't so sure. Yeah, I don't know. You gave up C.J. Stroud and you gave up Najee Harris, right? And then you got back. Oh, and did you throw another player in there?
And Cook, but I couldn't. I had too many guys.
And Cook.
I had too many guys because I have Williams coming back, and I have Kamara, and guys like Pittman, Amari Cooper, so I couldn't play everybody.
Yeah.
And I had Burrow, I thought.
So C.J. Stroud.
The bye week's killing me this week.
C.J. Stroud, Cook, and
Najee for Herbert,
Harris.
who's supposed to be coming back, and Jonathan Taylor.
For Herbert and Taylor. Running backs are always the hardest asset to come by. I mean, you can usually find somebody that has a chance of catching a couple catches, but
they seem to just totally move to Taylor now. So,
I think Taylor's the guy, and Herbert. Fields comes back, he comes back.
Well, Herbert started the year decent.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
And I get it. You had to imagine that you didn't need two quarterbacks at this point in the season.
Well, I knew there was always a risk of injury, but
that is the easiest position to replace points from.
Yeah, and then I picked up Deshaun Watson after the trade, and then he announced he's out for the year.
Well, have fun in the losers bracket.
I'm going to win the losers bracket. Who do you like this weekend?
Last week, we had some really good picks. It's for what was posted on Twitter. We only missed one. The week before was a horrible week.
Terrible, yeah.
You remember on the last episode we were talking, I was like, I'm going to just give this up. Even though it wasn't really that much money. But I won all that back and more between Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday comes around. And I knew
Bills.
I should have just watched the game. I had such a good weekend. I should have just nope, this can only end badly.
That's how they get you. You get greedy.
Yep. And it's not like I did anything crazy on it, but I did a little player parlay thing. And then I did what's his name, Dalton Kincaid, to get one catch on the first drive for Buffalo. I was like, well, it's a coin flip, right? Like,
yeah,
they're going to drive down the field like.
Oh yeah, then he fumbled.
Then they threw it to the receiver or to the running back, and the running back fumbled it on the first play of their first drive, and so that threw that bet out the window. The player bet that I did, the parlay, all of the players hit their marks, but I had to include that the Buffalo Bills were going to cover 6.5 points, because I thought they might cover the 8, but I thought they'll probably cover a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so no, they didn't. They lost, and also,
well, they covered the touch, didn't they? They lost by.
Well, they were favored.
By 7, right?
Yeah, no, they were favored by 8 when the game started.
Okay.
And then, additionally, as the game's going on, and Denver jumps out to a lead, the Bills line went all the way down to like -2.5. So I'm like, well, they're not going to lose the game, and they're going to win it by more than a field goal. So then I bet that. I lost everything that I bet on Monday night. Now, I was still up on the weekend, but it just didn't look as good as it did before.
Yeah.
So
I did live bet them when they got their touchdown drive with like a minute.
yeah.
Thought I'd win that, and then they just gave up to some big plays.
What a shitty game.
Yeah, it was.
What happened? What happened to
that team? There's got to be something internal.
What happened to Josh?
I don't know. He's throwing picks.
It's just crazy and just stupid picks.
Yeah,
that one at the end of the first half is just nuts.
That
you can't
was
do
awful.
that.
That was awful.
And give them points like that. You just can't do it.
No.
Who do you like this weekend?
Let's see. I just have the NFL in front of me right now.
Well, let's do NFL first then.
Okay, I kind of like, for some reason, the Steelers.
What are they, -1 against?
They're plus 1.5 against the Browns.
Oh, I like that bet. Get that one in now. They'll be favored by
Or at least,
Sunday.
who knows? They've probably moved since I printed this.
I'll do my NFL picks here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know this weekend. So all I am picking for NFL
Most
on
weekends
Sunday,
you know.
No, I don't ever know. But I'm going to do my favorite bet. I'm going to do a 6-point teaser. And these are the lines after they move from the 6 points. Bears plus 13.5. Mm-hmm. Miami -7.5. Cowboys -3.5. Cardinals plus 11. Bills -1. Now, the Bills broke my heart on Monday. They fired their offensive coordinator, and I don't think they're going to break my heart again. That's plus 400. But that's the only bet I'm going to make on the NFL.
I mean, it sounds good.
Sounds good. I don't know if it's going to hit.
Cleveland's now -2 on here. Or so Pittsburgh +2.
Oh.
It is at Cleveland, though. I don't know.
It is, but they don't. Deshaun's out.
Yeah, that guy looked terrible the first time.
I think the play. I mean, I think the thought there is that Pittsburgh has a really good defense. Cleveland has a really good defense.
Over under 33.
That's a low.
That's really
NFL.
low.
That's like a Hawkeye over under right there.
That is. That's really low for the pros. And then I like the Commanders. I think they're gonna. The Giants are just a JV team right now. They're -9. The Commanders. And I kind of like the Rams for some reason, +1 at home. Stafford's playing the Seattle.
Yeah. If Stafford is healthy, like he's, I don't know, 85%, 90%.
Yeah.
It's probably a good bet. But if he comes out there and it's just him handing the ball off.
He's a tough son of a gun. I will say, like, he'd be playing right now. Burrows.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And then there was another one I liked. What was it?
Probably the Cowboys.
I kind of like. Yeah, I hate to bet the Cowboys. So 10.5. God, they should cover that, but you just never know. They lost to the Cardinals that one week, so who knows?
Yeah, you can't. You never know.
For college, I guess I haven't really looked much at the college.
I'll tell you, college. I looked through it. There's a couple games I like. I like North Carolina +7 at Clemson. North Carolina is a top 20 team. I don't know why they are dogs by 7 points. I mean, Clemson has been better as of late, but I don't think it's a 7-point difference.
Carolina's got that good QB.
Yeah. He's still trying to show out so that he can be the Heisman winner or something. So we'll see. Georgia, I mean, they haven't lost in like a couple years, right? So probably a sucker's bet, but minus 10.5 against Tennessee. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to show me that they can beat Georgia, and I know it's 10.5 points, but
I kind of like that too.
Georgia's pretty good. Washington is plus 2.5 versus Oregon State. I know it's at Oregon State, but
still,
come on. Have you seen what Washington's been doing? I might take that one money line. It probably isn't that crazy of a plus bet, but I think they're going to win the game.
Go ahead.
And then I don't know if I'll bet it because I hate betting on Iowa State.
Night game, isn't it?
Yeah, ISU plus 7.5 versus Texas.
Did you hear Arch Manning might play?
It's in Ames, so I don't really have much logic here other than fuck Texas.
Yeah.
So that's the ones that I have picked. I'll probably bet all of them because I'm a degenerate. But
I think I like Oklahoma because BYU is so bad. They're minus 24.5, but I think they might do that. And then I saw Louisville plus 1 at Miami, and Louisville's number 10. Probably a sucker's bet there, I guess.
They're all suckers,
man.
I mean, Vegas ain't stupid.
Let's get this game over with. All right, end of the third.
Such promise for a game. I mean, I know, like,
Thursday.
You mentioned Monday night as far as getting together, and I looked at both games. I'm like, wow, what the slate for Monday and Thursday looked good. I just can't guarantee that I can get together on a Monday.
Oh yeah, the Eagles, right? I didn't even think of who it was. Eagles Chiefs.
Eagles Chiefs. So
that's a tough one. I don't have a feel for that.
Yeah, it's in Kansas City, but
both coming off buys, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer there.
Yeah.
I think I'd be inclined to bet the home team if I was going to bet, because I bet you the spread's pretty close.
Yeah.
Is Taylor Swift going to be in attendance?
I believe she's on an international tour. I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Did that move the line?
Boy's going to be homesick. They've already figured that into the line. So I'm dying to hear what this betting strategy is.
I was thinking about it. I don't even know how it makes sense, but my dad told me that my grandpa, who he used to bet a ton, always said add 6 points to whoever you like in the games. Let me see here. I'm seeing how to explain it. Okay, let's do the Browns Steelers. I like the Steelers plus. It's plus 2 now. So add 6 to that. Would that change your opinion of a bet? I guess.
So it's you like the Steelers and it's currently plus 2. So if it's plus 8, would that change or is it minus 4?
Plus, how I understood it, the plus 8 then. So I did it with the that's why I changed my mind on the Broncos on Monday.
Okay.
Because I liked the Bills minus. It was 7 when I looked.
Yeah.
So I put minus 13. I'm like, I don't like it that much.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted the Broncos then.
Well, I think the way I would read it then on the Pittsburgh game is like, do you like? So Pittsburgh is plus 2. How do you feel about Pittsburgh minus 4?
That might be what he means, I guess. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that
I don't.
It might change it a little bit, but I still think
it's like a teaser. I mean, you do those teasers, like
yeah, but that's in your favor. I think what this would be saying is this is like a conservative way to only take bets that you feel really good about, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like if you like Pittsburgh plus 2, do you like them minus 4? And if the answer is yes, then it's like, okay, then it's a good bet at plus 2.
So like Commanders minus 9, would you like them at minus 15?
And they're playing the Giants?
At home, in Washington.
Maybe.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting. It's just like it's a way to talk yourself out of close bets.
Lions, Bears. If you like the Lions, would you like them minus 13.5, I don't think I would.
No, that's why the Bears are. This is why teasers look so good,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
Because
Another
I think
one,
the Lions win the game, but do I think they win it by 2 scores? Nah, I don't know.
Another
They give
one,
up a lot of
another-
points.
Another one's the Dolphins, 12.5. If you push it to 18.5, I
No.
don't know if I like it.
No, I don't like anybody at 18.5. Unless it's the Cowboys,
Cowboys
versus
and
the Giants.
Yeah, I did like that one. I just didn't want to jinx it. But
Yeah, I didn't do anything on that game, but I had seriously contemplated taking the Giants there. It was such a big spread. But it just goes to show you that even Vegas was like, this is too big of a spread.
Tommy DeVito.
They had to think that the spread really should have been something like 25. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Because what if the Giants keep it close? Because everybody's going to take the Giants if it's plus 25.
That was a game I was never. Dallas even started a little slow. I think they went for it on 4th down and missed it, and then Dak even had a turnover. But
do you think the Giants get? Do you think they get any better? I mean, do you think he improves as a quarterback?
No, he's not good.
You don't think there's any chance that he just even becomes serviceable?
I don't think so. I don't think he's good.
No, obviously he's not good, but
What's just so good is his family there. That they're just right off the set of The Sopranos. No, it's been an awful year for them. They were supposed to be playoffs, and
I think they've given Daniel Jones too much time.
And too much money.
I mean, he's not shown much of anything.
He's not good at all. No, I don't.
And I don't know that they've given him all the right opportunity. Like, they haven't really done much with offensive weapons outside of Saquon Barkley.
Tried to get They got Waller, but
he got hurt though.
yeah, they've been ravaged by injuries. I don't think they're as bad as.
Yeah.
Well, they were fully healthy week 1, and Dallas beat them 40-0. So, you guys got big Thanksgiving plans, or?
I always love Thanksgiving. What a great holiday.
Might be my favorite.
I mean,
know.
like,
It's close, but
let's talk about like what an American holiday it is. You get together with family, drink some beer, watch football, eat way too much food, eat a couple pies. Like, it is the most gluttonous American
calories
thing
don't count that day
ever. Yeah.
Yep.
It's America's cheat day.
Mm-hmm. They even added an extra football game for us.
Yes. My mom would put on these big Thanksgiving feasts, like some family would come over and, the whole thing, the turkey, the stuffing, all the different sides, a bunch of pies, and like, not even like all of that, but also like before the dinner, just all the appetizers, like meat and cheese trays and veggie trays. And my dad always gets like way too much shrimp and does like shrimp cocktail type stuff. It's fantastic. And, over the years, the last few years, like, we've kind of toned it down a little bit. It's mostly just my family and my parents, and we get together and like, the last couple of years we've just done like those big egg noodles and like turkey, so like chicken and noodles but with turkey.
Yeah.
And then the pies and whatnot. It's a little lower key. We get together, watch some football and stuff, but it's mostly just about hanging out and relaxing, having a few beers.
Yeah, ours isn't that big anymore either. It used to be. You had to worry about fights and all that with the Italians, but it's pretty much just my parents now and JD and David.
Oh, that's pretty good though. Do you guys get together with
Both?
Anthony?
Yeah, at night usually for the No, it's pretty relaxing.
No, I love Thanksgiving. It's way too much food, but it's just a good old, relaxing holiday. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny. Back after college, Thanksgiving always turned into everybody coming back into town, and so it used to be like the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving was like the big go out and party
Yes,
night.
we used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
That was.
Everybody's back in town. You're running into people you haven't seen in years. And, you don't have to work or do anything the next day except eat a bunch of food, which is like the perfect hangover cure. Yeah. And so, it used to be you go out on Wednesday night and, just be hungover at Thanksgiving all day. And that's probably why there's a bunch of fights at Thanksgiving. Everybody's irritable.
Yeah. The only tradition we have is We always watch Planes, Trains, and
Oh,
Automobiles.
nice. Nice.
One year we did it, and JD, we did it the night before, and JD
Threw a fit.
she drank too much, and she vomited all Thanksgiving. She vomited in a cup on the way to her parents' house. Or her grandma's house, I believe it was.
Oh, man.
Well, Asher was involved with that one. He was there the night before. So, drank a bit much, but...
Oh.
But yeah, that movie, it's easy to watch, never gets old.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I like most John Candy movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have
That was
any
the night Asher
stories.
told me that John Candy was a pedophile, and he was mixing him up with somebody else.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember that
no,
story.
I don't believe he is at all.
No, I Thanksgiving is probably it's one of my favorite holidays for sure. I'd put it right up there with. I like 4th of July a lot.
Columbus Day. It's big for the Italians. Huh?
No, I mean I like Christmas and all, but I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on Christmas. Gifts.
Too much gift buying.
It really is. I don't mind doing gifts, but it's like all of the stress. Like I get really stressed out leading up to it.
Yeah.
Like just like trying to get the gifts, like thinking of what people want and like all this stuff. It's just a lot for me.
I get like a panic attack seeing all the new toys.
Oh God.
Where we're gonna put them.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, and every year you feel like you got to top the prior year. It's just crazy, And then on top of that, my kids' birthdays are in November and December, so like I have this
just combine it all.
The whole fourth quarter is like is an anxiety attack for me. It's nuts. So Christmas is up there, but it's got my reservations about it. And then after that, I mean, like I don't know, 4th of July for me is just it's summer, the peak of good weather.
It's good.
I enjoy it.
Good memories and I'm a Halloween guy.
Yes,
I love that.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Probably the stuffing, like dressing.
Yeah,
stuff.
like
My
that?
grandma made dressing with like meat, rice, and raisins in it.
Huh.
It's really good. It's pretty. Yeah.
Never had that like that, but
it's good. And so my mom took over that recipe, and
okay,
it's pretty good. Yeah.
The stuffing, ours was just like
and we had that stuff too.
The Stofers, whatever.
That too,
but yeah, we've always had that, and then as far as like the actual dinner, I don't know. We do this like corn souffle kind of thing. It's like a corn casserole is what you call it, but it's like cream corn and cornbread kind of mixed together. Oh, it's really good.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
It's a casserole dish, corn, and it's like it's not quite cornbread thickness, but it's like softer.
We have that too. Yeah.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, that is good.
My sister made this like
I never knew really what it's
sweet
called.
potato crock pot dish once that was really good. It had like cheese and it was kind of spicy and smoky. It was really good. And then
I'm always just like vomiting in my mouth by the end of the night because I ate too much.
It's like you get like
then the pie, the pumpkin.
You have like multiple dinners, right? Because Thanksgiving dinner isn't like at dinner time. It's at like 1:00 or 2:00, right? And then after you're done and you're kind of settled down for a while, you're still watching football. You've had a couple beers, and next thing you know, you're like, well, now it's real dinner time.
Yeah,
it's time for leftovers already.
When we go to JD's parents, they just have a meat dish. It was like a gabagool everywhere. We just get the meat sweat.
For those of you who can't see us, Frankie just did the like finger thing when he said gabagool. What's your favorite What's your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
Favorite dessert is pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I like pumpkin pie.
I think
it's hard. It's really hard to beat a good pumpkin pie. Do you do anything? Do you do any advent calendars?
Yeah, back in the day, always.
Right, so we have one. We have one the kids use where the little mouse that moves.
Yeah,
it's a pretty old school one around here.
From the past.
Yeah. Last year, Mia got she did a wine advent calendar.
Okay, yeah.
So 24 different little mini bottles of wine. This year, I've got one on order. I can't pick it up until after Thanksgiving, but Confluence.
Oh, nice.
24 different Confluence beers. So starting December 1st, one a night till Christmas Eve.
That's a good idea by them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do one of those. Mia's gonna get another. I'm gonna get another wine one for her, and so we'll be able to have like a beer, drink a night. That'll be a fun time. But yeah, you can get, she gets those at Costco. She gets the wine thing at Costco. Last year, of course, she's like, I want to try one of these. And I'm like, I don't know. They were like, it was like $100 or something. And I'm like, I don't know. And then it was like December 2nd. And so they had them on sale because it's already after when you're supposed to start. And they had it down to like $50. And I was like, all right, I'll buy that. So this year, I know Costco's policy is a little better. I will buy it before December 1st, and then when it goes down in price, I will just make them price match me.
No shame.
No shame. No shame. If it's within, I think 3 weeks, it might be 2, but I think it's 3 weeks. They will just do it at the customer service. All you have to do is say, "Hey, this is less," and they will look it up and they will give you the discount.
Nice. So how about that snap I sent earlier at the book fair at the kids' school for conferences?
Yeah, what was that book? It was like
I couldn't even get them all on my screen. There's a line of books for kids that's like smiling cartoon characters. Escape from the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and this sounds like I'm making it up, but you saw it.
Yeah.
It is a book about evidently somebody escaping this, and then another one, how I escaped the Titanic, how I escaped the burning of, what's that city that burned? Pompeii? Or
these are called I Survive, right?
I Survive.
Yeah. So
what the hell? I survived 9/11, and they said people like running out of a building.
I should ask Lucy about it because she has read some of these books. Lucy is an avid reader. She reads a bunch of stuff. And but she talks about these like I Survive books. Now, I don't know that she got the 9/11 one and read it, but
I kind of wanted to buy it.
She's definitely read a number of the I Survive stuff. She likes them.
It was shocking to see.
That one is shocking a little bit to me. Like,
is it too soon still?
I don't know if it's too soon, but I don't know. I guess I don't know what the content of the books are.
And I didn't want to sit there flipping through it, but I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
They made it like cartoon with like smoke coming out of a building or something.
I'll just say that the whole book fair idea on that, like, I get it. The schools need, like, I don't know why, but they need more money.
God, they just always asking for money.
It really just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of gross.
Yeah, it turns you off.
They stick this book fair in the library during conferences. It isn't just books. Leo's conferences were tonight. Yeah. So Lucy's were on Tuesday. And Lucy's like, Lucy tells me, bless her heart, she tells me, she goes, Dad, you always pay for me when I go, she goes climbing with a friend of hers, like rock climbing thing.
She should see you at the bar.
Yeah. You always pay for my when I go climbing. We're going to go to the book fair. I'm going to use my own money. I'm like, all right, you can do that. And now, really, what it was is that she wanted to buy a book, but she also wanted to buy junk from that stupid junk table they put there.
Yeah,
they put these like toys and crap in there, and it's like it's not a book fair.
Suckers and
the book's fine. I'll buy my kid a book. I don't care if they're willing to read instead of be on the screens. Great, but that kind of stuff it irritates me because they put it up there, and it's like marketing. Like people aren't stupid. The kids gravitate towards that stuff.
Even Gianna's teacher kind of like rolled her eyes at it, which I like her teacher a lot. Like she's kind of real. She's like, yeah, I didn't really want to buy a $7 those little toys they had or whatever.
Yeah, and like in half the books, like I feel like telling my kids, like, look, we'll just go get these from Amazon for probably less, or the half price bookstore. Mm-hmm. You know, but whatever, support the school, that's fine. Leo, though, like, we went in there and he had a book that he had picked out that he wanted to get, and then he's like, okay, Dad, I want one of I want a pointer. I'm like, what are you talking about, a pointer? And over in the little toy section is like a stick with a fake like hand with a pointer finger on it. Has no value or use whatsoever. But he threw a fit in the library when I'm like, we're not getting it. He goes, I'll put the book back. I just want the pointer. I said, I'm not getting you the pointer thing, whether we get a book or not. I do not care.
What was it, $3?
I don't know how much. I don't care if it was 50 cents. Because all it is just some piece of crap that ends up in my house.
I know.
You know how much of that crap I throw away every day? Those kids, as soon as they forget about it.
Anthony's going to have a ball with this.
As soon as those kids forget about a toy like that, I put it away somewhere.
Jason can't get the 50-cent toy.
It probably wasn't 50 cents. It was probably like 5 or 10 bucks.
I hear you. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of crap there.
You know? But I just set this stuff aside, and if they don't ask for it in a couple weeks, I just throw it away.
We didn't buy anything, actually. Gianna's actually pretty good about that stuff. Like,
it does get kind of annoying with all the different, like, fundraisers and things.
The fun run thing. And
it'd be one thing if the kids were old enough to go do any real fundraising on their own. But no, it's either us doing it or it's them calling their grandparents.
What age would you, if you had to teach? What would you?
If I had to teach...
Would you rather have asshole high school kids or like...
I think it would be middle school. I wouldn't want the kindergarten age. It would have to be up into like between 4th grade and like 7th grade. I don't want to teach high school.
I wouldn't want to. I think I'd rather do little. Like, that sounded weird. I'd rather teach little kids than high school. I think they're just assholes nowadays, especially.
Yeah, but I'm not a teacher really when it comes to this stuff.
Oh no, I'd be miserable at it. But my dream, I just want to be like a gym coach. You know, I just remember
gym teacher out there like just pegging kids in the head with dodgeballs.
My gym teacher was awesome in middle school. He just like had his office. It was like looked like a frat house, just sports posters hanging, and he just went in there and watched TV while he played wiffle ball.
Yeah, I don't know. So you teach gym? Being a gym teacher would be your spot. I don't know what I would teach. I guess part of me wants to say the pragmatic thing that
finance.
Yes, that personal finance needs to be a
lesson 1: don't buy a finger pointer at a book fair for your screaming child.
It is something that isn't taught. Personal finance isn't taught. They used to do home economics, in which some of that would be taught, but they don't. Really
I could see you doing
anymore.
econ.
I could do econ. I'm already teaching my
Lazy
kids.
fair.
Lucy has a bank account.
That's good.
I make her, when she deposits money, I make her put it in the check register and do the math. And we started doing that at 6, so Leo's about to get that same treatment. I would probably teach something it would be in math, I guess. Math or science.
You look like a math teacher with your beard and your surly attitude towards children.
Hey, man, math don't lie.
Yeah, our math, they're always kind of surly. It's just, he's like, you're not going to always have a calculator in your grocery line. I'm like, well, yes, we do, Mr. Holst. I have one in my hand right now.
In fact, now, you don't even have a...
you don't even go to the grocery.
You don't even have a person in your cash register line. You just have a computer.
You don't have to go to the store. You just put it on your phone.
That is true. I need to get better at doing that. Like, I complain about having to go to the store because it takes so much time out of my day. Like, I'll go on like a Saturday morning.
There, though. Although that's pretty busy.
Well, I have a limit. All right, so I go through those stores on a Saturday, And by the time I'm done grocery shopping, like I'm shot. Like I cannot, like I come home and I'm like, I'm going to be in my office watching football for 2 hours because I can't talk to anybody else.
It's exhausting finding those deals and clipping those coupons.
You think I do have deals, but I don't. I go to Costco, Walmart, and Trader Joe's. That's my circle. And
Trader Joe's, that's pretty.
They have a few things I like.
Expensive for you, huh?
They're actually not that expensive.
I don't go there much, Maria.
I couldn't get everything there. Like it's not good for that, but it's got a few different staples that I like to get there. Walmart, like I don't want to shop at Walmart, but Hy-Vee is so fucking expensive. Mm-hmm. So I go to Walmart and get as much as I can, and then I if I have to go to Hy-Vee for something,
I kind of like the setup of Hy-Vee, but yeah, they're a little pricey.
I like Hy-Vee if I got something specific that I'm trying to make, right? Like if I'm like, I'm going to do this and I need these ingredients, because I know they'll have it. Walmart, like, I hate every person that's at Walmart. Every person. Every employee, every customer. I hate them all. They're all inconsiderate assholes. I mean, why is it that, and I guess that goes for Costco too a lot of times, but like, why is it that people feel the need to like take up the whole aisle?
Mm-hmm. They're just stupid people.
Like, when did people stop being
They just park their cart in the middle.
Oh, the cart thing. Like, that annoys me to no end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how lazy of a society have we become that we can't push a cart to a cart corral or back in the place? I mean, I can guarantee you that none of them are so busy or so important that they can't spare the 2 minutes. Yeah. And I would say that 90% of them could use the extra walking exercise.
Oh, everyone's so fat now. Not that I'm a Greek god here, but my God, people are just huge.
I mean, I park next to cart corrals, so like I hate everyone, and they all want to ding your car, so I do everything I can to limit that. I almost all of the time, like 95% of the time, will park my car where I am
in the back.
Well, like I'm at a spot where only one car can park next to me. Like I'll park next to a cart corral because that means that they're on one side of me, someone's not parking.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you and park on that side, and just ding the hell out of your.
But it also means that like when I bring my groceries back to my car and my cart, is I don't have to walk anywhere. My cart, I just throw it in the corral right there. But I don't know.
It is awkward when the cart boy's out there at the same time. You have to like.
Those guys are even lazy now. They have these like powered carts. Mm-hmm. Man, when I used to work at Hy-Vee when I was 14, man, you had to push those 40 carts by yourself.
You are angry
uphill both ways in the snow.
You are angry old man yelling at the clouds right now.
Oh man. All right, so let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
So,
my favorite subject.
Dallas Cowboys, they're 6-3,
mm-hmm.
right? And they are a juggernaut at home.
They are really good at home. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, they had a heartbreaker, lost to the Eagles at home. But looking at where they're at in the standings, they are 6-3. Philly is 8-1.
But Philly's schedule is brutal coming up.
All right. So question about the standings, and I should know this, but I don't off the top of my head. When it comes to winning the division, does it go off of overall NFL record, or does it go off of the division record?
Overall NFL record. Okay. The division's the tiebreaker, I believe. Okay. Yeah.
Philly is 3-0 in the division, and you guys are 2-1 in the division.
And the one was to them, but we get them. I'm part of the fucking team.
You get them at home.
I kind of think. I think Dallas will be favored in that, but.
All right. So looking at Dallas. You've got, I think you guys, I mean, your schedule coming down the stretch is quite a bit easier than Philadelphia's.
No, it is.
So let's just, I mean, like taking a look through these games, right? So you guys are playing the Panthers this weekend, and let's not look past them because it'd be embarrassing.
Well, no, that's what they did with the Cardinals, and look what happened.
But you guys should handle the Panthers.
I would think.
I mean, they're a terrible football team. You guys are favored by 10.5, and I think that is.
I would think even if Dallas doesn't play their best, they should still.
I mean, I look at that and 24-10, no problem.
Yeah. And that would be, them playing not their best. But
Yeah. Then you guys are at home. You got the Commanders.
Who are frisky. They're frisky.
Yeah, while I think that they are a better football team than they have been in past years, I think that
Cowboys pretty good.
Cowboys at home, that's a Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, I would think Dallas there.
I don't think that is anything. I think that they win that game. Okay. And then you have 3 games at home. You have the Commanders at home, and then you have the Seahawks at home. And
they just had the Giants at home, so 3 out of 4.
I just don't think. I mean, I like the Seahawks and they're great and all, but they're not. I don't think they're going to beat you at home.
No, I don't. That defense is not great.
Then you've got likely the game of the week, Sunday night, prime time, Eagles at the Cowboys. Now, I don't think you guys dominate this like you.
It's not going to be dominate. No,
but. No, if you could win that game,
probably like a 3-point spread.
That's a huge there for you. Then it gets a little frisky the rest of the year. You got Bills, Dolphins, Lions, then you get the Commanders again. Bills, they haven't looked great. No. But it's also the Bills.
I think they're going to lose at least one of the Bills or Dolphins. I don't know which. I think they'll win one though.
Yeah. Both of those are away games.
I think the Dolphins are kind of soft. I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't beat any. They haven't beat anybody who's got a winning record.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left. Is that right? Is there 8 games? 8 games left.
Yeah, that extra.
I mean, I think 6-2 in those games isn't unreasonable. 7-1 maybe, but 6-2.
Knowing Cowboys, they'll drop one. 6-2,
I mean,
probably.
You're talking about like a 12-5, 13-4 season.
Mm-hmm.
That's playoffs.
Whether that's good enough to be a division winner, I don't know. What the Eagles, I feel like
let's
they
look
play.
I mean, because that's your main competition.
That's really the only competition of it.
And so, if you look at their schedule, they have a gauntlet. So they get to play the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Monday night.
Go Chiefs!
That's going to be tough. Bills hasn't looked great, but still the Bills.
They'll probably beat them, but yeah.
Then you've got it is in Philadelphia, so probably. Then you got the Niners, who look like they might be back to their world beater status.
But they get them at home. But
then they play the Cowboys. Now they got to play the Seahawks, so
on
whatever.
The road. It's a tough place to play, but
now. They do their last 3 games is Giants, Cardinals, Giants. So
those 3 wins.
3 wins. So you got to think that 3, 4. I mean, you got 4 for sure. I think maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
So call it 5, right? And so that puts them at 13.
Yeah, so they'll
wins?
they're still the favorites, but
so you guys could both theoretically end at 13 wins. If you beat them, and you guys go 7-1,
7-1,
right?
Yeah.
So that would be 13-1, 13-1. What's the tiebreaker at that point?
Division.
Well, no, you guys would be tied. It would depend on the records in division.
And if that's the case, Dallas would have their only loss be the Eagles road game, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But
the Eagles' only loss would be the Cowboys.
The
so
Cowboys.
Then it probably goes to conference, which I think the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, probably.
So,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy that it would go that far down the rabbit
hole.
So
Dallas would be looking at a wild card at one of those shitty NFC South teams.
Oh, gross.
Like they did last year.
But they gotta win a playoff game.
Well, they beat Tom Brady. I think they beat Tom Brady's Bucks. I think they'll beat Baker Mayfield's Bucks if.
Famous last words.
Famous last words, yeah.
What are they going to do in the draft next year? What do you think their biggest weakness that they need to address is?
Well, I assume it'll be a mid to late round pick, probably late, hopefully late.
Yeah.
They need a linebacker.
Okay.
Like a tackling machine linebacker, so they can play Parsons at the rush edge all the time, or most of the time. And offense, they're going to need They need a right tackle. And another running back, definitely another running back, because Pollard. I think they're gonna let him walk.
I don't think
probably need a couple running backs, but
I don't think these teams they should spend more picks on offensive line.
that's the biggest. Yeah,
Yeah, they're never going to pay these running backs.
No, Dallas
right?
needs Tyron Smith's getting old, so they need a left tackle, and then the right tackle sucks this year. So a tackle they need probably.
It's just like those things. If they can hit on a good offensive tackle, you just know that it's going to pay dividends because a mediocre running back behind a great offensive line looks really good.
Yeah. Well, look at the Niners went on that skid. And I'm not saying it's just because of that, but Trent Williams was out.
Yeah.
And he comes back and they win 37-3 or something.
I heard somebody say this, and it makes a lot of sense. When Trent Williams is there, Brock Purdy doesn't have to worry about that side of the field. He can just concentrate and know that he's not going to get hit from that side.
And that's kind of with Dak with Tyron Smith, who's older but still dominant when he plays, but he's hurt a lot. You don't have to worry about that guy. Like it is pretty nice.
When do you think that Dallas has to think about drafting a quarterback?
Some would say
next year.
I think Dak gets a lot of flack. He's pretty good.
Is it? Do they draft one, or
have
do
you
they
seen
just
his metric stats? Like
no,
he's
I'm not
top
saying
3
look,
in a lot.
I think he's been great this year. Actually,
he had that one stinker. But
does he? I mean,
how old is he? Was he 31, 30? Still pretty young for a.
Yeah.
No, I think that Trey Lance is there.
Yeah, it's true. Like maybe that's the. Maybe he gets a couple years to ride the pine. And
he's only
20.
1, 2, 3.
He has no miles on those legs. So maybe that's a good point. Maybe that's their.
I think
thought.
that's why they made that trade. Just because he's not. Yeah, he's not even the backup right now. It's Cooper Rush. So I don't know, but I just know it'll end in an agonizing defeat, probably to 49ers or. I'd much rather play the Eagles in the playoffs.
It is kind of it has kind of taken a bit of a turn. I think that the NFC, the top end of the NFC, is as good as it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
I think,
throw Detroit in there. They look pretty decent.
Yeah, they look pretty good. They don't have much of a defense, but they've been scoring a lot of points. But you look at, Dallas looks good. Niners look good.
I'm contemplating Bears money line, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
What if Fields just looks like old Field last year? I guess it didn't. No wins last year either, but he looked good. I don't know.
It wouldn't be the craziest thing. I think that there's a good chance that game can turn into a shootout. And at that point, it's really just about, can you keep up with scoring? And which team do you think can maybe get a stop? I don't know. Might be a good bet to just bet the over.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the over is, but it's got to be up
there.
And
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Fields. I think.
Well, yeah, he might be on your team next week.
Yes. If he blows up, he will be. I'm going to make it happen. Unless I get Josh Allen here first. I don't know.
Well, if he blows up, your options may not be Justin Fields. It may be Kyler Murray.
He looked pretty good too.
Yeah, I was happy to see that he looked good.
No, you forget how he is fast, man. He has not lost a step from that. He's just so small. He looks like a toddler running out there.
That's so true. All right. So let's talk college football playoffs.
All right.
Who do you like?
Let's start with the obvious of, I think, Georgia.
Yeah, I think we can say that there's 3 that are pretty obvious at this point, right? Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State.
What if? So you think the loser of Michigan, Ohio State, they're still in? You think?
When do they play each other? 2
weeks from now, I believe. Isn't it the end of the last regular season? I think. I could see Washington if they'll sneak in.
I like Washington. I think that'd be a fun team to have in there.
Florida State's.
I don't think. I mean, they're 10-0, so obviously they're a good football team.
And then Iowa State's going to beat Texas this week, so.
I hope so. Fuck Texas. Horns down.
So I can confidently say Georgia and the winner of Ohio State, Michigan. I think it's going to be Michigan.
Okay.
So those two.
So yeah, let's run down that rabbit hole. All right. So let's say Michigan beats Ohio State, so then it's Georgia, Michigan for sure. And then you've got a one-loss Ohio State team. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's gonna be a one-loss Alabama team there.
Okay, Bama will play Georgia in the champ.
Yes.
So
yes.
it could be they'd have to win that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Georgia would still get in, right?
Yeah, you'd have to think so, right?
Yeah.
And so you're talking, all right, so like Georgia's going to be in.
If Bama wins out, they're in.
Yeah, probably.
Because
I find it hard to believe that they keep Bama out and leave Georgia in if Bama beats them in the SEC championship.
You think do you think they kick Georgia out? No. They'd have Georgia,
Georgia's
Bama.
in. Bama's in.
And then Michigan.
Michigan's got to have to stay undefeated.
If they lose, they're...
And then you're talking like who are you letting in? Like, let's just, I don't know. Florida State, like, if they're still undefeated, they're probably in. Yeah. But, like, what if Florida State and Washington are undefeated? Then one of those one-loss teams has got to go, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It might be a crazy year this year trying to figure it out.
Because Florida State's probably going to win out. They got
who they got on their schedule?
Well, this week's again, North Alabama.
They're tough.
Then they do go to the Swamp, but Florida's not like 5-5. They're not that good. And then they'd play the ACC championship against probably Louisville.
Louisville?
Louisville.
That'd be a fun game.
That'd be
probably.
a tough. Yeah, that'd be
fun game to watch anyway.
But if they win that, you can't leave out an undefeated Florida State, right?
No, not when they're already fourth.
And then Washington, I know they got a tough game too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't realize that Oregon State was 10 in the country. But
this week. You liked Washington.
I like Washington. Like that quarterback, he's really good. They put up a ton of points.
Iowa destroyed him when he was with Indiana.
Well,
Michael Penix.
He's in a different place now. I don't know. Like, just from like a fan perspective, I think Georgia's really good. They got to be in. Michigan and Ohio State are really good football programs. I mean, one of them, yes. I don't know which one, but with all of the drama with Michigan right now, it's kind of a storyline that kind of feeds into it.
Yeah, because you'd have a one-loss Ohio State. I don't know if
I want the points, man. Give me offense though. So it's like Ohio State has been a pretty dominant offensive team so far this year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Part of me wants to say like Ohio State, give me the points. Like I think like Washington, Ohio State, Georgia, and then it might have to be Florida State. Because you're right. 12-0 Florida State. Well, 13-0 with the ACC championship, right?
And what about Texas?
No, fuck Texas. They can't play.
Why do you hate Texas so much?
I don't know. No,
because they're one.
Here's the deal. It's like Texas, even if they win out and they're a one-loss team, I don't think they're in.
But they beat Alabama.
No, that's... I saw a meme and it was this sign. It was like Ohio beat Iowa State. Somebody else beat Ohio.
I know it's
and
hard.
And this whole thing, and it was like how one team was better than Alabama.
Oh, because of I know you start playing that game. Well, it's kind of like NFL too. Like
oh man, I'll take a look at Texas' schedule here. So
Iowa State's their toughest one.
So yeah, all they have is Iowa State and Texas Tech. They might.
And is there Big 12 championship games? Then they'd play somebody they'd kill. Oklahoma State or OU. OU beat them, I guess, once, didn't they?
Oh man, yeah. If Iowa State beats Texas, then that puts Iowa State and Texas tied atop the standings of the Big 12.
That would be awesome.
2 lost, but Iowa State has the tiebreaker against Texas. And then you've got OU and Oklahoma State. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's kind of messy.
Oh, man. Tomorrow's game just got amplified.
Fuck
It's
it, buy a
7
ticket.
p.m. game. No, I'd rather watch
God,
it
I
here.
really hope Arch Manning plays. That'd be fun. That'd be his debut, right?
Oh, yeah.
But if you make me pick right now, I'm going Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Florida State. You can't keep them undefeated out of there, right?
It'd be one thing if it was like a school that was playing people that didn't matter.
I mean,
right?
I don't know how good. I mean, they barely beat Miami, and
maybe they'll lose.
they've blown everyone else out though pretty good. Well, no, not everybody, but
I think it's Georgia, Florida State, Washington, and the winner of the Ohio State-Michigan game. I think Alabama's out. They had a rough start to the year. They didn't look great.
I love a rough start to them as one loss and barely.
No,
beaten.
I mean they didn't look great for the first few games. They didn't look like Alabama. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Georgia beats them in the.
I kind of hope they do. There'd be no controversy then.
Yeah. And then I think that I think Washington. I've already put it out there. I think they're going to beat Oregon State this weekend, and they're going to win the Pac, whatever it is now, Pac-12, Pac-4, Pac-2. And
I don't even know.
So, the Ohio State Michigan game is kind of I think going to determine one of those spots. Assuming whoever wins that then goes on to win the Big Ten. I mean, they got to beat the Big Ten West, right? Could you imagine? Would you imagine? Oh man, it's a whole other wrinkle, right?
They can't though. They got 2 lost. They're not.
Yeah, no, I know that. But let's say Michigan beats Ohio State, and then Iowa beats them in the Big Ten championship and beats them handedly, right?
Iowa doesn't beat anybody.
I know,
handedly.
but what if it's just a terrible showing for Michigan?
God, that'd be hilarious,
right? So then you got a 1-loss Michigan team there who just lost to a team who can't score points.
That might knock them out.
Oh man, how crazy would that be?
What would be even more annoying about that is that Iowa is that fair catch away from being.
No, a 1-loss team. Oh man.
Oh, this is fantasy land though. Deacon Hill is not going to. No.
Oh man, it's going to be a good year for the playoffs. How great would it be if they had an expanded playoff right now, though?
Yeah.
Because these teams look great.
Yeah, because next year they're doing
We've got 5 teams at 10-0 right now.
Yeah, I still.
What are they expanding it to next year?
Isn't it like 10 or 12?
Is it going to 12?
I think so. That's quite a bit.
God,
so
man, that would be so much better than this year.
So then Iowa would have a chance.
Oh yeah, certainly would. We're gonna run out of sports stuff to talk at some point. And we're just going to be down here watching fucking Rambo.
That would probably get more listeners because a movie podcast.
Speaking of movies, are they're remaking Roadhouse? I think
they are with Conor McGregor. He's the bad guy, and I believe Jake Gyllenhaal is Dalton. I could be wrong on that, but I think
we should do when that comes out. We'll rent We'll rent it and watch it.
No. We're gonna go to the theaters with microphones.
With the microphones
and
just talk the whole time.
Yeah, just annoy the hell out. It'll be the most listeners we ever got in that movie theater. Man. Have you heard? I don't even know if I want to get into this. Now it's not true. I don't believe it. But years ago, there was a book called "The Adventures of Baron Trump." Have you heard this one?
I don't know. Keep talking because I feel like I've heard of this, but I did not.
And the last book involving Barron was called The Last President. And I kind of want to order the book because I don't know any more detail, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And that's his son's name.
Yeah.
I don't.
So it was something. It actually was Baron Trump.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We should actually do a deep dive on that and read more about it because somebody sent me a clip. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is weird. And you can buy that book on Amazon.
We could buy it and read it.
Book club.
And do a men's book club about it.
Because it's like they predicted other stuff. It wasn't just that. Like, there's stuff that's happened in that book.
It's like The Simpsons.
Yes. Like it's kind of predicting what's happening right now. It's just weird. But
There's also a theory out there that I've heard that we're actually just in a simulation.
Yeah.
And a simulation is about how would AI impact humanity. And so we're about to find out in the simulation.
Just kills us all.
I don't know. Like, we're just a simulation.
Yeah.
We're just a computer programming code here. So, I don't know.
This conversation would be better with gummies. Like, this is a weed conversation.
Oh,
right
we
here.
should do that.
Yeah. We should just have a movie night, take one, and see what comes out.
We could do that.
Podcast.
We could bring mics out
Yeah.
there.
I don't know if you've seen that Jennifer Lawrence movie yet with no.
Yeah,
Hearts.
I have.
Okay.
That is totally
the nude
AI.
scene. No.
Yeah, there's no way that's real.
That's her boob. She said it was.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
I watched that thing and I'm like, there's no way she knows how to do these moves. This is all like fake.
No, it was her. She said it was her.
Oh,
Maybe they had
awesome.
a stunt woman. I guess.
Yeah,
But
we watched that with me and I watched that movie. It was hilarious.
my neighbor Pat, he sent me a Snapchat, and it was a video, and it was that scene on the beach, and I'm with Gianna at her dance class, and all the dance moms, and it was loud, and Pat was saying like, "Oh fuck yeah," and like I'm like, "Oh god," and I'm like, "Stop!" I had to like mute my phone.
Just throw it against the shit.
I just threw it at a dance mom just to shut it up.
Just threw it against the wall. Just shattered your phone because you had a.
And the sound still goes. Yeah. No, it was, I texted him, I was like, you'll be pleased to know that every dance mom heard.
All right, softies, we're gonna call it a night. Hope you had a good time.
Yes, thanks for tuning in, and happy Thanksgiving. We will be back the week after, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back in a couple weeks.
All right, take care.
Yep. Until next time.